Oh, damn, it just started recording, a nigga. Alright, man. What's good, man? I'm back at it again, man. Still Mills. I talked about Jermall on the last video. I want to talk about Jermall now. I think Jermall is good. I do. I think he's good. Do I think he's to the degree of what a lot of fans are dragging him? No, I don't. No, I absolutely don't. I think he's another one that's undeniable in the division. His power is yikes. You know, that man's uppercut is yikes. His jab, when he uses it, is yikes. But just like his brother, you know, I feel they can be outboxed. And I feel like they have been, and I've seen it. There was no reason for a Matthew Korobov to be looking like Arislandi Lara in their fight, with how consistent he landed that left hand down the pipe. I was like, what the fuck is going on when I watched that shit? Like, yo, Charles, are you really getting your head flown like this? Like, I think it's the fact that they're brothers, they're twins. Twins are always dope. For nothing else, it's just like, yo, you got another nigga that look just like you, bro. That shit is drag. I'm a twin, but I'm a fraternal twin. I'm a fraternal twin, and I'm 18 seconds younger than my twin brother. I haven't seen nobody beat that record yet, but I think twins are always dope. You know, some of my homeboys that I saw, I shot at Jermall out one time on one of these videos. Lamar and Jermall, they're my dogs. They always come over to the casa to watch the big fights with me. They're my niggas. You know what I'm saying? You can't run down on them in front of me, you know what I'm saying, and not get a response out of me. Well, I'll be there, I ain't no rah-rah type nigga. I'm gonna be there, trying to, man, y'all kill that noise, but if it gotta go down, them is niggas that I'm not running on. I know that much. Them is my bro. So that's how I feel about it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, twins are always dope. It's just like, yo, they're dope from that degree. And the fact that they're both high caliber boxers, it's not like, Golovkin has a twin brother who didn't get, he was like, all right, I'm gonna focus all, I'm gonna put my career on the back burner and put everything into your career. That's dope. That's dope. But when there's two twin brothers who are world champions and close, and at the top of the their respective divisions, each, that's to be commended and saluted. So I think Big Charlo is dope as well. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I'm not. I don't think Jermall is as aggressive as Jermall. I think Jermall is, I think he's OD with it. But I've seen Jermall get a little, OD as well. But I think it's, what irritates me about Jermall, it isn't even Jermall. It's a lot of his fans. It's a lot of his fans, and the notion that Canelo was running from him and ducking him and all that, and he doesn't get flack for not fighting Demetrius Andrade. You dig? Like, you can't use the excuse, well, he didn't fight my brother, so I ain't gonna fight him. Like, man, your brother he's going about his own career. Y'all have y'all own career. I don't even think y'all live in the same city. Y'all have different trainers. Everything about y'all, outside of y'all looks, is you go your way, I go my way. I kill for you as your brother. There's no denying their relationship. I mean, them is the type of niggas who, and my twin homies is like this. They'll fight each other in front of you, but you better not jump in on one side of the, no, nigga, because now the energy that we had towards one another is going towards you. They're like that. So I don't think you should be using your brother as a reason not to, fight a Demetrius Andrade, and you cripple your career in the process as well. And I think he's playing himself chasing after a Canelo Alvarez. I think you're playing yourself jumping up to 168 when you haven't proven that you're the best at 160. There's still big fights for you to have at 160. Why are you trying to jump up and chase Canelo? Forge your own legacy. You know what I'm saying? Just the Cho in them, and it is getting to a point where it's like, man, y'all are really crippling yourselves. You are not going to be remembered by the amount of money you make when you take your last breath. You will be remembered for the deeds that you did in this realm. Do your due diligence, man, and go fight them factors up at 60. Go take that fight with Andrade. That's a good fight. I think Andrade wins. But Charlo's in that fight. I like Charlo's fought the stiffer competition. And Derevyanchenko. I don't think Andrade has fought anybody on the level of a Derevyanchenko. And Derevyanchenko has never even been a champion. But the fact that he fought him is like, yo, he's a legit contender. A legit. He just can never get over the hump. And I thought Jermall was going to lose that fight because I was like, yeah, I don't see, how I watched him turn Golovkin, into a ballerina on the inside. I was like, yeah, he's fooled because Charlo he has a lazy jab. And from in that fight, it looked like they dedicated the training camp to working the jab. To working it, setting it up, getting the proper distance, timing it, and launching it. Not just jab, 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 no. Because he didn't just, it wasn't like he was just snapping a jab, 2 and 3 punch, 2 and 3 jab combinations and looking to land one. No, he was landing thudding jabs on command. And that man's face was like motherfucking pumpkin head. I'm like, yo, that's what I'm talking about right there. So I don't think he's done enough to warrant a fight with the Canelo. And as far as Canelo didn't vacate that strap to duck Charlo. To my knowledge, it was something that went down with the team and not getting him a fight at the deadline. I do think he should have just took the Charlo fight. He should have just took it. But shit. Now how do you come back from that? Because Oscar De La Hoya and Jermall was saying that he was offered he was sent the contract and he refused the contract. How do you argue against that? It's like, goddamn. What the fuck, nigga? Like, why wouldn't you take that fight? So, I don't know, man. I think, I don't think he's as dominant in his division as Jermall is in his. I would have to see him against, Jaime Munguia or someone of that magnitude. Or, shit, who else is at 60? David Lemieux, Golovkin is still there. It's still fights for you to be made. It's still fights to be made at 60. Jacobs has already said he'll come down there and fight you because he still want that fade. Go holler at Jacobs. That's a fight. That is a big fight right there, and a great one. And due to the fact that Jacobs didn't look as spectacular as he normally does against a Gabe Rosado, you should jump on that because I think if you were to beat a Danny Jacobs convincingly. Now the argument in your favor for a Canelo fight is gonna be like, yo, bro, like you gotta, come on, man. Like I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at a fight with you and Canelo even at this moment. I think it's a good fight, but I don't think it's priority like how everybody is making it seem. Canelo he ducking. No, he's not ducking. You know what I'm saying? He has priorities that he's doing. Going undisputed is far more is a bigger priority than fighting Charlo or fighting Andrade. You dig what I'm saying? So I think Charlo is. I think he's playing himself. I think you should prove that you're the best at 160 before you go up there and fight a juggernaut in a David Benavidez trying to fight Canelo or trying to chase a fight with Canelo. I think it's levels to it, man. David Benavidez is really, really good and really, really big. The thing is, Charlo is 6 foot, so that's really good height for that division. But Anthony Durrell is 6'2" and got walked through by David Benavidez disrespectfully. Now I don't think David Benavidez is gonna be able to be just throw caution to the wind and just walk into a shot from a Charlo. Nah, absolutely not. I don't think so at all. I don't think that's the case at all. He wouldn't just be able to walk in on the Charlo and come on, I know you see me. He wouldn't be able to just walk in on a Charlo the way he did with an Anthony Durrell. and just take them shots just to get inside of the, you know what I'm saying, in the clinch. Because that's what David Benavidez doesn't use his natural capabilities to his advantage. That's why I don't think he'd beat Canelo. He likes to fight right there. He likes to be right up on you. You know, it's like he gets off to that shit. The minute you hit him with something nice, he's smiling and hitting himself in the head like, yeah, that's what I want. So, come on now. So, I think Charlo still has work to do at 160. I think he's playing himself trying to jump up a division to chase a fight with Canelo. I don't think that's smart. I don't think that's smart whatsoever. You dig? When you fight bigger opposition, and that it's not like it's, you know, a Darrell or you know, a Ronald. I don't even know how to pronounce that dude's last name. You know, or a Jose Uzcategui. You know, these cats who are no longer, you know, who is, you know, contenders and no longer you know, ex-champions and shit like that. You're not gunning for them. You gunning for the top dog. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's smart. I don't think it's smart at all. So I think you're playing yourself trying to fight, you know, chase Canelo. Everybody wants that show. I get it, bro. You know, you can retire from boxing after you fight Canelo Alvarez. If you one of them niggas who, if you're an Amir Khan type nigga who just, yo man, just pay me. Just pay me. You know, I ain't got but a few years left. I'll take these little bullshit fights here and there to enhance my, you know, to make it, you know, my name would be spoken about in a different light later on down the line. I still love boxing, but not to the point where I'm like, I'm chasing after it. You know, Amir Khan did that. May jump up 2 divisions to fight Canelo. He knew that was suicide. Don't do that. And then, you know, Charlo isn't Amir Khan or nothing like that. He's not gonna go in there and just get walked. You know, what are y'all doing? He's not gonna go in there and get, you know, flatline like Amir Khan did. Not Charlo. Charlo's been hit with some good shots. You know, I haven't really seen him buckle. I've seen him, you know, retreat when Derevianchenko clipped him to the body. He was like, oh shit, and you heard it. Oh shit, you heard it in, you know, in like the 8th round. You heard that. But yeah, you know, he can be hurt, but it ain't like he's, oh, nah, you're not just gonna go in there and run over him like, you know, Canelo did Amir Khan. Nah, absolutely not. But I do think it's suicide for him to go up there and fight a David Benavidez at, you know, you're gonna have to acclimate yourself into that division the same way you did at 160 when you moved up from 154. You know, you have to do that. You have to get acclimated into that division. What are they doing? You have to get acclimated into that division, and fighting the top dog in that division to chase a fight with Canelo, I think, is really not a good idea. I don't, you know, David Benavidez ain't nothing to play with. He really isn't. That motherfucker is a problem for real, for real. For real, for real. And I think he really is feeling this, like, I want my belt back. You know, that's validation right there. You solidified in the books once you capture a title. I want my belt back. That's what type of time he on. And you're going to go in there and, I mean, shit, you know, give you your first loss, drop you, and just really embarrass you. He's going to be looking to do that because he wants to fight with Canelo. Everybody wants to fight with Canelo. Or if not Canelo, he wants Plant. He wants to force a fight on Plant. So, I think, all in all, I think Jermall's, you know, he's dope. He's dope. You know, he's undeniable right now. But I think he is playing himself. I don't think he's as dominant in the division as Jermall is. And I think he's playing himself by just trying to go out and chase Canelo all over the place. I don't think you should do that. Even when Teofimo was chasing Lomachenko, they were in the same division. Lomachenko's not going no higher than 35. Teofimo is. Teofimo might fuck around and fight at 54 one day. But he knew, yo, you ain't going nowhere. I'm coming to get, because I'm going to solidify my spot right now. And I know I can beat you. Canelo's no longer at 60. And the difference is when Teofimo, you know, went through the, you know, he forced that fight. It's like, it's undeniable. You cannot not fight this nigga now. It's undeniable. You have to fight him. How he got motherfucking Richard Comey out the paint, that was like, yeah, Loma, you got to now. You got to. It's no other way. There's no way of getting around that. Charlo hasn't done that to anybody. He ain't stretched nobody to make Canelo be like, yeah, all right, cool. The fans want it. Mainly Charlo, mainly, you know, people who follow the LDBC and, you know, black people, brothers who love, you know, the brothers, PBC, the PBC side, you know, the PBC fans, they want that fight more so than anybody. They want that fight. What are y'all doing? God damn. They want that fight more so than anybody. So I think he's playing himself. I think he's bullshitting, trying to chase that man. Go spark somebody out and earn it. You're not about to get it off of fighting Derevianchenko, a contender, not a champion. So that's how I feel about it, man. Like and subscribe. Still Mills Boxing, man. I'm out.